Evil's gonna find a way.
Think of glue. Think of glue. The candlestick. Clearly, what are you gonna ban candlesticks now?
Well.
All right, we're back.
All right,
we're back again.
Yeah, with whatever. I don't know.
With
who
the
knows
best
at this
of
point.
Friends. We're here to digress. We're just gonna.
Yep, I chose till right now to stretch. Yeah. All this time
as soon
prior.
As the camera's on you, so you can just have.
Got a yawn.
Just get it all out.
Get a yawn and stretch. Yeah. It's late, man.
What are you drinking there?
What you want
Kyle?
from me? Keeping this old man up late. I am drinking Oak and Eden.
Ooh. What spire do you have in there?
Bourbon and brew.
Bourbon and brew?
Yep. For those of you who don't know, Oak and Eden, they put a spire of oak in their stuff. I don't know. I'm not even going to go into the explanation. Figure it out for yourself. Look up the company. They got good stuff.
Google it.
They make whiskey.
It is actually a smart idea. Yeah, I was going to say, it's actually a very smart idea. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know how much it really affects it. You know what I mean? Has to a certain extent. Yeah, I mean, it does. Continual wood that's going in and out of. It's a bit gimmicky, I feel. Wow. Yeah. Some would say we're a gimmick. Yes, we are. Absolutely. So that's why you're. I would be one of those. So that's why you're drinking Oak and Eden, because it's just why I'm drinking. Because I'm a gimmick. Yeah. It's all a gimmick. It's all a gimmick. Oh, goodness. I'm actually, Bible talks about the wine being for the poor. What you trying to say there? I don't mean wine in particular. I mean alcoholic beverages. I was about to say, all right. You're going to come at me now. You're going to come at me. No, I'm a big wine. I'm a big wine fan, too. Yeah. I'm a big wino. I wouldn't say Vino. That, I guess, but in Vino Veritas. Big Vino. All right. Name that movie, by the way. If you can tell me what that is from, I'll give you a crisp high five. In Vino Veritas. Well, I can't say that to, people can just Google it however they want and be like, oh, yeah, it's from this movie. Put it down in the comments below, dude. Yeah. Tell me what movie you think it's from. Give me your best guess. Comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll give you a crisp high five. One of us will. So me and Haley were watching on Netflix because it popped up, and we randomly like documentaries. We'll just go crazy for a documentary. And the documentary that popped up that we're like, why not? We're having a glass of wine. We were sitting there. We're like, why not? Was Depp versus Heard. Jeez. And let me tell you, it is the funniest thing I've seen in so long. It's a joke. The whole thing is all about these people who are like podcasters, and they nonstop are like, click subscribe, hit that bell button so you get all the updates and blah blah blah. Yep. And the time. I just laughed. Make sure you hit the bell and customize your notifications, otherwise you might miss it and blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's just so die. I don't know. Just die. I don't really care. I just hate it. I just hate help us beat that algorithm on YouTube. It helps us, help me get paid to sit here and talk about nothing and drink alcohol with a friend that I do this anyway with. I mean, if you can do that, that's great. Appreciate it, but don't spend your heart. Well, I guess. I mean, No.
By them subscribing, they don't have to spend their hard-earned money. I was thinking Patreon.
Don't tell the people what to do, Kyle. If they want to spend their hard-earned money on watching us talk and drink, you just let them do it, okay?
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. When I used to stream on Twitch, when Twitch was still relatively early, and Michael and I were streaming on Twitch, and I had somebody like, "Hey, where's your donate button, man?" And I'm like, "What? What'd you just say? What? Your donate button, so I can I want to send some money your way." And I'm like, "Why? Why would you give me money? I'm sitting in my basement playing video games." Like,
there is no way I would ever give some money for playing video games. I'm like, I wouldn't give a buddy of mine who's sitting next to me money for playing video games. Why would I give someone that I'm watching online?
Are you saying you wouldn't give a buddy next to you?
No, I wouldn't.
That's what you're saying. Gotcha. Yeah.
Why would I ever give money to someone else playing a video game? I would want to play the video game. Like, what am I getting? Like, video games, the only reason why video games are fun.
I will say I enjoyed,
staying.
I enjoyed Twitch. You know what I mean?
You enjoyed watching other people?
Yeah, well, Ethan and I started out with Harms back in the day. It was, we were in high school. I had to have been a sophomore, so it must have been 20. Must have been 2007, I think, or something like that, because I don't think I had my license yet. And we spent the whole Christmas break in Ethan's upstairs, and we just watched Harms play Resident Evil 4 for the GameCube. That's what we did for enjoyment, because he had memorized it inside and out, basically. And we just Ethan and I think started playing it, and then Harms was over one time and he was playing, and we're like, "Oh yeah, this is so much better." And we just watched him for 2 weeks straight during Christmas vacation. Just watched him play.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Literally ridiculous.
That was Twitch, man. That's how it started for us. So I have over the years enjoyed watching different people play specific video games. And I've learned some stuff, learned strategies, learned Skyrim. I watched somebody play Skyrim. There was somebody that I followed on a regular basis. It was mainly because of mods. He would show different mods that you could do. So I get it. I understand.
I can see it that way.
But I never gave anybody money. I just gave them a view, maybe a subscribe, and a like here and there.
I can see it. I can see the appeal to help you play. And I can even see it if you're playing with a bunch of people,
and entertainment,
and one guy's really good, that you could just be joking and laughing and watching it happen. But to just sit by myself and watch somebody else play, why wouldn't I just play the game?
Because you're not as good. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I used it with Rocket League. I used to watch. There was two guys with Rocket League that, which I don't think you ever got into Rocket League. Did you?
That's car soccer, right?
Soccer with cars. Yeah.
And
all right. I was really into Rocket League for a little while. And there were two guys that I used to watch, and I would watch them open crates on Rocket League. They would pay money that was probably given to them by Patreon or Twitch or whatever. So they would pay money to buy keys and crates and things like that, and then they would just open them. And crates on Rocket League were how you got cool skins and this, that, and the other, but you had to pay for the keys to open them.
Oh my gosh.
So you would get crates randomly while you played. Right, every so often you'd unlock something, and you'd unlock a crate at the end of a match or whatever, and then you would pay $1.99 per key, and there was a chance that you got a super rare item, and it became it was commodities, man. People, I had a friend virtual, a friend online, who would make money, literally just he would open crates and then sell flip the the skins. He'd get like rare skins, and then he'd sell them for $80. There's one he sold over $100 for a virtual skin, people. A virtual skin. One singular over $100.
That is ridiculous.
It blew my freaking mind. But I mean, he would do that. Like, he did that stuff all the time. And so I would watch them open those crates, because then it was almost like I could live vicariously through them, I think. Maybe is what, like, the attraction to it, that they were opening these crates and like getting these items every once in a while. But like, they would open these crates, and so it was exciting because I wasn't going to pay $150 like they were, you know, for all these keys to get some good stuff. But I don't know. It was stupid.
What were you doing?
I get it, but
what were you doing with your life at that time?
Nothing, dude. I didn't have a kid. I was married, but I had all sorts of extra time on my hands. Didn't talk to her at all. Yeah.
I just watched other people open virtual skins.
I mean, it wasn't all the time, but like, they would drop a video like once a week or whatever, and I'd watch it. I subscribed. That's not all they did. They also played, and I watched them play. But same with Fortnite. There was a guy that I used to watch play Fortnite because he was entertaining. He was funny. He was good. You know, I kind of learned some tips and tricks here and there from him, but I watched him primarily for entertainment.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I get the whole watching people play video games type of deal, but giving them money,
I can see. Yeah.
I mean, I've already dumped so much money into video games as it is.
I know. You really have.
Let alone paying somebody else to play video games for my entertainment.
Yeah. Maybe not.
Yeah. And I don't even mean now. I don't even mean collecting when I say money into video games. Actually, that's probably a great investment. The collection whereas I'm talking like before all of that, like Xbox One, like Fortnite and Apex Legends. I can't tell you how much money I've dumped into those stupid games. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. I promise you. I don't even want to know. I don't even want a number.
You probably would just literally hate yourself.
I started playing Fortnite before there were skins. It was just, there was no choice of a skin. It was brand new. It was a beta, just come out, like, you know, and it was just something else to play. And so we played it. And it was like the first battle royale that you could really play on Xbox. And so we started playing it, and it just hooked me. And then Apex Legends came out when I was in Afghanistan, and I was making too much money doing nothing. And, you know, my wife was back in the States making money, and like, I had too much extra money is what it was at the time. And I wasn't smart with it. That's the thing. I did not develop. I should have been doing a lot of things with it, but I didn't have the developed financial skills I still don't, but certainly at that time. And so I'm like, Apex Legends, let's buy a bunch of crates. I gotta have this skin. Oh my gosh. And it was stupid. Lots of money.
It just is so sad.
Well, it started out with like, oh man, the game's free. You know what I mean? So like, I'll throw money their way. Like, I appreciate you guys making this game and making it free for me to play. Like, I'll throw a couple bucks your way. Hope I get a cool skin or whatever. And then it was like, man, I really like this skin. I'm not going to pay $20 for that skin. It's virtual. And then a couple days later, I'm like, man, there's only like 5 hours left on that skin, and then they're going to take it off. Like, I kind of really want it. Yeah, I'll pay $20. I'll pay $20. And then it was just like, yeah, it's terrible.
You're a junkie.
Yeah, well, I've learned.
Yeah.
It's probably not what the people want to come here and listen to, though, you know?
Definitely not. Man. But, you know.
I mean, do people really want to come here and listen to anything? But
you know, we got some people. Got a few. 1 to 2.
Yeah, you know, people that aren't related to us.
Yeah. I will say it is an end of an era because I am going to have no video game apparatus in my home shortly.
You selling it? The old Xbox?
Yep. Getting rid of her because I haven't touched her in 2+ years.
Please tell me you're not just going to take it to Mega Replay.
I am.
Why? I already did.
No, I don't know what else to do with it. What am I supposed to do?
Just put it on Facebook Marketplace.
Is it going to get a lot of dollars?
Put it on Facebook Marketplace. I promise it's going to get a lot more dollars than you're going to get freaking from Mega Replay. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, probably true. But it takes work.
No, it is true.
I'd have to.
It does, but drive. Not that much. You just take some pictures and you post it. Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. You don't have to drive.
I don't want people driving to me.
Why?
Yeah,
I do it all the time. I do it all the time for discs, for disc golf. Yes, I play disc golf, whatever. But like, I will find discs on the course, and people put their name and number on it, not their full name, but like they'll put their name and number on it in case someone finds it and decides to call. And I always call or like shoot them a text. Actually, what I've been doing lately is I'll send a picture of the disc and then a GIF of, is it Marvin Gaye? I don't remember. Reunited and it feels so good. So like a little GIF of that. And I'll send those together. And people love it, man. People love it. They're like, no way, you found my disc. It's awesome. But like, they always come to meet me at my place. They're like, dude, I'll come to you. Like, don't worry about it. You know, you found my disc, blah, 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 blah. And I don't care.
They're all going to get robbed.
What are they going to do?
For sure.
They're going to walk up and they're going to be like, oh, okay, this is a nice house. Now that I know this exists, I'm going to rob it. Well, they could have somebody else could have just as easily have attempted to rob it and lost their life attempting to rob it. So, feel free.
You care more about your stuff than their lives, Kyle.
Oh, okay. Here's the rabbit hole. This is where the rabbit hole comes in. Perfect segue. A stroll down the rabbit hole. Now people are like, if you've made it this far, now you're like, okay, now we have an interesting conversation.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah.
It only took us 19 minutes to get here.
The moment you step foot into my house, unannounced and unwelcome, and I don't know who you are, especially at night or during the day, that most B&Es happen during the day. And the moment you do that, you forfeit your right to live. You decided that my stuff was worth more than your life. Not me.
There it is.
Not me. You decided that.
Yeah.
Because when you break into my house, especially at night, especially when my family's home, I have no idea your intentions. I don't know if you plan on murdering me, raping and then murdering my wife and kidnapping my children and selling them into sex slavery. Like, I don't know your intentions. I have no idea. All I know is that they are not good intentions because you just broke into my home, and I'm going to take your life. I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to feel great about it, right? Like, I'm not going to want to, but you're going to force me to. There's no other way around it.
Pretty much.
And I'll kill you dead.
Yeah. I mean,
what did I say in the last one? Hearts and minds. And if you can't change that, 2 to the heart, 1 to the mind. That's the focus.
The classic way of Kyle dealing with trying to change people.
Bringing it full circle, man.
But yes, I would agree. I mean, in reality, this is true. Now, if I could guarantee that all you wanted was some things of mine, I got insurance for that. You can have the things. But
why would you even... Yeah, there's no point in even saying that because it's...
I know. I'm saying like
it's
the
an
heart
impossibility.
Behind it is not... Yes, but the heart behind it is not the fact that I'm wanting to cause. Because I think a lot of times people think that people who own guns
woke up
and people would be self-defense actually want to take the life of other people. That's not real. That's not true.
Yeah, those people are ignorant who believe that. If you believe that people who own guns want to take the life of somebody, you're ignorant, or you just know horrible people. You know what I mean? I'm sure there are people out there that are like
serial killers.
Those are the people that are like bringing out guns during road rage incidents. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just unstable. They're unstable human beings, and they aren't great. That's all there is to it. They need help. They need Jesus.
No, they do. They
need Jesus, but sometimes, you know, all you can offer them is a bullet. So,
well, I mean, you're sending them to Jesus either way.
Yeah,
potentially.
They made their choice. That's all I'm saying.
But yes, so anyway, like that is an important part, and I think it's a distinction of the fact that like self-defense is not illegal, and the defense of another person who is in need of self-defense is also not illegal.
Well, and we've also talked about that sounded weird. We've also talked about you know, it being a sin or not as well. Like, do we do that on the podcast, or was that just Marco Polo? The difference between murder and killing.
Oh, we did that on the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, like, obviously, yeah, self-defense. You know, there's no intention to murder, and
well, there's intention to kill.
Well, not prior intention.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the delineation that we, that we were making on the podcast. Is that it's, senor. You know, yeah, you're forcing my hand.
Yeah, like I didn't want to. Like, I don't have a gun because I want to kill people. I have a gun because I just don't want anybody else to kill me. That's like
because I care about my family and my life,
or anybody that I love. Like, which again, it comes down to it's a natural instinct to survive. Every single living thing. Well,
and I hear a lot of like anti-gun people be like, "Well,
scissors on my hands." Which would be cool.
Well, but I hear a lot of anti-gun people say things like, you know, well, are you just that paranoid that you have to have a gun on you all the time? Like someone's always going to rob you? It's like, no, I'm not paranoid at all, actually. Why would I be paranoid? I have a gun on me. Why would, you know, like, why would I be scared? I'm armed, so I'm actually more paranoid. And like, it sounds kind of funny, but I'm not kidding. I am actually more paranoid, and I shouldn't tell people this, but I have been unable to be armed currently because, and this is, you know, a good reason why I should own another, at least two different guns I could carry, because my carry gun, Exhibit A, is missing an optic here. There's supposed to be an optic there, and it's not there because it broke, and so I had to send it into the company, and it can take quite a while, and it's very unfortunate, but I don't have a gun that I can carry on a regular basis because that was it, and so I'm naked. And there have been so many times lately that I'm just like, golly gee, I really hope nothing happens here, because what do I do? I am like, you know, like a thought pops into my head, because that's how my brain works, is like, I think of scenarios on a regular basis. Took my kid to see the Ninja Turtles movie today, which is great, by the way. I recommend it, except for there's a couple of the D words in there, and they say HE double hockey sticks a couple times, but they pronounce it without the hockey sticks. Outside of that, though, it's so a great movie. I mean,
just
I had to rep.
without the hockey sticks?
No, they pronounce it without the hockey sticks. They don't say hockey sticks, you know?
So they just say H-E-L-L?
L-L. Ugh. Can't say it.
Ugh. Can't do it.
The dark place. Anyway, so I took my kid to see the Ninja Turtles movie today. And whilst in the movie, there was, people, there wasn't a ton of people there, but like somebody had gotten up and then somebody came in and they came in late. And as they came in late, it was kind of awkward. They like walked in and they like looked around like super weird. And I'm like, so my brain just like, it didn't look at this person and be like, oh, they're going to shoot and kill everybody. But it was, hey, that's peculiar, right? That's strange. This person's not acting as they should, walking late into the movie. And so I kind of looked at them and they were fine. They ended up like finding a seat and like their family came in and they just acted strange when they first walked in. But my brain went to like, what if that was somebody coming in to shoot us all? What am I going to do? I'm going to huddle here. I'm going to do whatever I can to survive, but I'm going to huddle here with my child as we get mowed down because I don't have any way to defend us. I just feel I am far more paranoid when I don't have my gun on me. Yeah. Put it that way. If I have my gun on me, peace of mind.
Well, I think another thing is that I think, again, you do have those people that become more aggressive when they have a gun around or whatever. But, a lot of times I hear from people that when they have their gun, they're like, I'm less aggressive. I'm more like kind of relaxed.
Those are the smart people.
Laid back. Because it's like, I don't want to get into this. Like, I don't want to utilize my gun. Like, I'm just, if it escalates to a point where then it has to be used. So I'm not going to try to start anything with anybody. And I think the mentality of people is off, where most concealed carry, most gun owners are, they're thinking that they are these aggressors. But, most people I know who have them are like, I hope I never use my gun ever.
Yeah.
I just have it. That's just the vast
majority. Yeah. Of law-abiding citizens that carry guns. Yep. Yes. Welcome to the world we live in, though. I mean, it has nothing to do with facts or logic or reason, like the argument against guns. It literally has everything to do with emotion, and it's fueled by people who understand the facts and the logic. They just want to take your guns. Here goes the rabbit hole. Here we go. Slippery slope, and I stepped one, it's like that Price is Right game, the yodeler. Up, and up, and then over the edge. Yep, that's me here. It's over the edge now.
You've gone too far.
Yeah, gone too far. So this is what you've done. I'm just saying.
Sorry.
I'm just saying it's orchestrated by the people who understand that what people like me are, like what we are saying is correct. They understand that. They get it. They're like, oh yeah, totally. That totally makes sense, because a disarmed population is a lot more submissive to the tyranny. And that's what they want, because they're the tyrannical entity and they want to have ultimate power and reign tyranny over the population. So of course they're going to foster that. Of course they're going to encourage the gun bans and things like that. And they're going to do whatever they can. But if you ever try and talk to somebody and utilize logic and reason, two things tend to happen. They either also want to use logic and reason and they just don't have the facts. They're maybe a little bit ignorant, which is okay and understandable. They're just not armed with the proper information. Yeah. And they have an honest, open conversation with you. And in the end, they're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like, maybe guns aren't so bad, or whatever. Or they're just so blinded by emotion and blinded by, this BS rhetoric that gets put out by the powers that be, that they just can't see past it. They refuse to see the truth. And I'm not trying to say that the Bible was referencing guns in particular and the gun issue, but the Bible does reference that people, they're going to refuse the truth. They're not going to see the truth. It's going to be like they're going to spout the opposite, and it's going to be, just this, it's going to be crazy, and none of it's going to make sense. And again, I'm not saying it was referencing guns specifically, but case in point.
But and I think that's, I think it's a tricky topic because of the fact that guns, specifically handguns, and so the reason
I don't think it's a tricky topic.
It's a tricky topic because of the fact that it is highly emotional. Like if you've had someone, kill someone that with a gun, it makes you have a fear of that weapon because we're like, oh, well, maybe they wouldn't have been able to kill them if they didn't have something that was built for killing. And so
what about a knife?
I can understand.
What about a truck? What about a Mack truck that weighs tons, multiple tons?
But Mack trucks.
I'm not going to say where I work. I'm not going to say who I'm contracted by or, anything like that. However, a company that I have been in my life associated with in some way, shape, or form, there was a homicide committed on site. I'm going to be somewhat vague here, but there was an individual who came on site with it's all premeditated. They clearly had thought this out because they came on site early morning one time. They pulled out a baseball bat from a bag that they had, and they proceeded to beat somebody to death with that baseball bat. Somebody else tried to jump in and defend, and they got injured. They didn't die, but they got injured. But the other person died from a baseball bat, from a sporting goods item, bludgeoned to death, and then that individual then turned themselves in. They didn't use a firearm. They didn't use a knife. They didn't use anything that was ever created to harm people or living creatures. They used something that was created for a game.
Yes.
A game.
Well, of course.
America's game, right? It's baseball. It's America's game. They used a baseball bat and they bludgeoned somebody to death with it because evil is evil and it will find a way.
Well,
right?
Of course.
It doesn't.
Yes.
It doesn't. It doesn't care if a gun is there, or if a knife is there, or if a truck is there, or if a baseball bat is there, or what have you.
Yes. Yes.
Think of the game Clue. How many different items are in that game? the candlestick, right? Or whatever. Like I know that sounds ridiculous, but evil's gonna find a way.
Think of Clue. Think of Clue. The candlestick. Clearly, what are you gonna ban candlesticks now?
How many people have been bludgeoned to death with inanimate objects like that? Like a freaking candlestick holder. It's the candlestick holder, not a candlestick. You're not using wax.
Here's the thing that I will say, though, is that a Mack truck, a baseball bat, a candlestick holder, all of those things have other uses outside of killing things.
So do guns.
And again, guns do too. Obviously, you can play sports with them. You do your
all sorts of
competitive training and hunting, obviously.
Competitive shooting. I mean, hunting is designed to kill.
Or I meant shooting.
Right? Yeah. Not designed to kill, but not designed to feed.
People. Yes.
Yeah.
But so the only thing is that originally it was made, like we've taken it and made it competitive, but originally it was for combat. That's what it was
not
for.
Necessarily.
Well, I mean, hunting. Actually, no, I think it was. It was in Asia. It was
gunpowder. Gunpowder was created not for war, but gunpowder was created not specifically for war. I mean, they used it.
Who made the first gun?
Well,
who
China
made
my knowledge, engineered gunpowder.
And why?
But that's, how do you think we got fireworks? And why do you think fireworks is such a, has such a prominent heritage or background in China, ancient China, true. Modern China? Yeah. Well,
the first
modern Chinese government sucks. How about that? Chinese people are great.
China. That was the first gun.
Okay, that's great. It's wonderful.
They were first to invent gunpowder, and then were credited with being the weapons the Chinese called fire lances. Was a metal or a bamboo tube attached to the end of a spear that they would just pew, shoot the.
Now, did they use fire lances for defense against
being weapons?
Invaders? So did they use fire lances to provide food? Did they? Regardless, sure, it was to take. All of that doesn't matter. That's the thing. Is none of that matters.
So the point being is that the baseball bat, that guy just was like, "Hey, I could use this to kill someone." But it digression. To play baseball. My point being is that I don't buy a gun because I don't do competitive. I just bought it for self-defense.
Most people do that.
And then,
but you don't buy a gun to kill people. You buy a gun to protect people.
Yeah. Correct. But the thing is that the only thing I would use it for is to shoot at someone who's trying to harm. So it's potential. It's just
it's the best tool for the job that you require it for. Correct.
Unless, in reality, probably if I was in my house, probably a knife would be better because you can move quicker with a knife within short distances than you can.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Haven't you seen The Irishman?
You think a knife would be better for home defense than a gun?
Yes.
We should have started the podcast with this. We should have started the podcast with that statement right there. This is the section. This is the clip that you're going to take and either put at the beginning of the podcast so people make it through all the BS at the beginning about video games. That's this clip right here. So timestamp it, 38:46.
Right. No line of... So are knives better than guns at close range?
No.
Yes. For a gun to be effective, the target has to be in front of the bullet. In close quarters, knives will hardly ever miss the target and can be deployed tactically in any direction.
This is preposterous. What? Okay, where are you reading this? What is the context?
Knives are the
because
best.
If you're talking about we're like, yeah, okay, I hate you.
Okay, but guns are all right. So at close ranges, there are many advantages to knives. Guns are no less deadly.
I'm not saying you shouldn't carry a knife.
Range if you're in grappling distance.
Absolutely. So again, if I don't have a gun and somebody pulls a gun on me, my best option is find hard cover if I can't do that. But close the distance. They have a distance weapon and I do not. Close the distance. Right? That'll help, not necessarily fully, but it will help equalize that disadvantage that I have currently. They have a distance weapon. I do not. Well, I need to close that gap. However, that doesn't mean that guns are ineffective, even at point blank range. If I have a gun and I point it at your head point blank, you're saying that, well, you should have a knife in this situation because that gun's not going to do anything compared to this knife. No,
obviously,
that's not true. Now I understand, close quarters, but there is a reason to. Okay, someone's sprinting at you, 21 feet away.
Yes.
You can't draw and put them down in time. That's incorrect.
Yes. It's incorrect. That's all I do is sprint around my house. So I should just have knives.
It's incorrect. There's a lot that goes into that. And I'm not going to say it's just full out incorrect. I'm not going to say that because there is truth to if somebody's sprinting at you and you don't have a gun out yet, if they're at 21 feet and they're stationary and then start sprinting at you, there's time to shoot them to get at least one round on target and before they get to you. Now, you can shoot someone in the heart and they're going to survive and they could potentially kill you. There have been multiple situations where, the good guy shoots somebody and they shoot him in the heart, but it's not an instant kill. They don't die immediately, and the bad guy gets other shots off that and then in turn kill the good guy. And there's been real life scenarios like that. But there are multiple areas that will drop them like a sack of potatoes immediately, lights out, nothing else you can do, no retaliation whatsoever. Or in the pelvic area, which is a great place to aim in this type of situation if someone's running at you with a knife, is you will immobilize them immediately. Right? If someone's running at you using their legs and you shoot them in the pelvis, they're not going to run at you using their legs anymore.
All I'm doing now is thinking of watching the Halo 2,
Fatal Triangle,
where you would hit them in the legs and then the legs would just start flopping like in the video game. That's what I imagined when you said shot them in the leg.
Possible. No, you don't shoot them in the leg. That's no. Do not put words in my mouth because that's important.
Pelvis. I apologize. In the pelvis. In the pelvis.
Time out.
Thank you.
Yeah, I must have leaned on the Lexus key or something and set the alarm off.
All right, so we're going to pause this and we're going to come back to it. All right, so we are going to pick this up.
We'll pause it and we'll do it in 30 seconds for us, but a week for you. How about that?
Exactly. Hold on the edge of your
cliffhanger
for the continuation of Guns. That's it. I don't have the title yet. So We'll see you back here in a week or 10 seconds for us.
Sure.
Toodles.
Ninja dust.